Okay, I think it's time for a reintroduction to what I am and what this channel is. Um, it's been a while since I've done stuff like that, but let's just go through what this channel is. What am I? Who am I? Just talk to you a little bit about me, John Camm. So, the introduction to this channel. Who am I? I'm currently helping out with Lakewood, subbing where needed, just trying to be generally helpful and have a job at the same time. I'm not looking to become a rich person. I'm just trying to be helpful where I can, when I can. So every day I go into work, I just ask the principals where they need me that day, and I take care of business. And my main priority is the safety of the kids of that school. Okay. Uh, I don't hate anyone. I don't pick on anyone. I care about everyone. There's nobody there that I would ever try to do anything to. Okay. I've been at this job for 20 years as most of the time part time, but more and more often full time lately. My specialty is math, so if I can get the chance to help out in the math department, I do. Um, just trying to be as helpful as I can. Have a lot of health issues. Diabetic. I have to take medications to keep it in regular shape. Try to exercise some. Get some exercise by working. There are things that have happened to me that could have given me a reason to quit. If I hired a lawyer, maybe I could end up on disability. I don't want to do that. I just want to be as helpful as possible and pay my own bills, pay my own way, do my share to society. I've joined both as a substitute and as a Millersport Lions Club member about 20 years ago. I currently work with the Lions Club. In fact, I help with the blood drive in Millersport, and we've been doing very well this year. In fact, one of the reasons I have this nice new microphone is because I got a gift certificate from the Red Cross for all the hard work I've done this year. I wasn't expecting it. So it was nice to get a bonus from the American Red Cross for helping them out. But that's not what I'm about. I'm about being there to help people. This was just a nice amenity to purchase to make it easier to do these little chats with you guys. And I'll probably have more of these kind of chats in the future. Just trying to be helpful, be a positive influence. Tell people that it's good to help other people. Okay. Another thing is that I sing regularly in a choir. If you've watched this channel a lot, you'll see some of the vocals that I have done, both in my choir and as a soloist, and even duets with my father from years past. My father, who passed a few years ago, was also diabetic, and so was all of my dad's side of the family. So that's what I inherited. I inherited the gene for diabetes, and it's very common on that side of the family. So we have to be very careful about what we eat. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I carry a few in my bag just in case sugar level drops, but very few. If somebody's starving, sometimes I'll give it to them, but I don't carry a lot, so don't expect me to give out a lot of food and candy to kids. I also like to have fun. I'll probably be gaming later on today. Probably play something on PlayStation 5, like currently in the middle of Final Fantasy Rebirth and Remake. I'm working on those. I'm about ready to finish Final Fantasy 16. I have beaten most of the Final Fantasy games except for the ones that are multiplayer online and require a subscription. I'm not rich, and I don't intend to play those. I can't afford much. I'm not rich and can't spend a lot of money. I also play some Dragon Quest games. I have a lot of the original of those I've played through. I also prefer games like Skyrim and Fallout, where you're trying to go through an open world and do things. Those are really fun games to me. That's the kind of gaming I do. And I try to do stuff as innocently as possible, but games tend to have some violence in them. I just don't recommend violence. Okay, I'm not a violent person. I haven't fought anybody since I was in my teens. So yeah, I'm not. I don't encourage violence. It's just a game. So you know, other things you might want to know about. Again, I really do care about the community. Why else would I help run a blood drive? My mentor, Ed Oddie, who was treasurer of the Sweet Corn Festival for 34 years, sponsored me into the club 20 years ago. And last year, or I should say last February, when he was diagnosed with cancer, I could do no less than to help him out, and decided it was that since I was able to one day a week take the time off and run a blood drive, I learned how to do it. It didn't take long. And we've done very well. We're going to do even better than last year. And Ed, who is always a good mentor to me, I always followed in his footsteps, tried to help people out in need. I feel very proud of that. The blood drive's done very well this year, and we're helping people out in the worst times. Like the Lions Club has helped donate to the hurricane relief effort down south in both Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and other areas. Tennessee, I think, is an area. So we just try to help people out in need. Work for the Sweet Corn Festival. That's where we get the funds sometimes to help people. Between that and the Lions Club, we donate a lot of money to charity in the area. We spread it around. We don't just hold it all in Millersport. We when we see a need, we go there. We help people. So that's why I'm part of that. If that were to ever change, I wouldn't do it. I'm there to help people, just like I am at school and even at church. If I see somebody in need, I will help. So that's what I'm all about. Playing games is secondary, but it's fun, and it's okay to play games. It's okay to have fun, but you got to work and do your chores first, do your schoolwork. When you're at work, you have to work hard. Then, every once in a while, you should try to help the people around you, your family, your friends. Do what you can to help people that you see that have needs. You don't have to overextend yourself. I don't. I'm not in so much debt that eventually I can't pay it off. But I can't afford to take on helping every other person out because I don't have that time. I just do where I think I can help best. And, if I have a few extra coins to help somebody in need, I'll give it to them, but I'm not rich by any means. In fact, sometimes I give when I shouldn't. But that's just the way I am. So if you're worried about this guy, being around your kids, I've been at this for 20 years. I have never laid hands on a kid. I have never sworn at a kid. Okay. I can remember maybe one time in my entire substitute career where I swore, and it was because a bunch of high schoolers decided to play a prank, and it literally I couldn't do anything to stop it, so I got upset about it. But I haven't in 20 years. Think about working, typically at least 3 days a week for 20 years, and never swearing at a kid, never laying hands at a kid. That alone is an accomplishment. And there are people who couldn't handle this job for a few days. Good friends of mine tried it and couldn't handle it. So it's a talent, and I try not to waste it. I want to make sure that all of you are as successful as possible when you are done learning, and I hope that everybody gets their best outcome. I wish the best for everybody. If I yell at your kid, it's because they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. If I argue with your kid, I'm not trying to be argumentative. I'm telling him or her to change their attitude, change their behavior. And I try not to be unreasonable about things. But I'm not going to argue with your student. There should be a point at which they should realize, don't argue with adults. As long as they're asking you to do something reasonable, do it. And, the worst thing I'm going to do is yell and send you to the office. That's it. Okay? Put up with it. I'm not going to go after you. I'm not going to hate you afterwards. I'm not going to seek you out and keep going after you. I just want you to be the best person you can be. Okay? So I look forward to the success of every student, even ones I've been mad at. Being mad is temporary for me. I get over it pretty quickly, usually by the next day. It's rare when there's a student that becomes my rival. There was one last year, and that was his problem, not mine. So, again, don't worry too much. I'm just here to help as many people as I can and enjoy life while I'm at it. This is John Camm signing off.